Hello, America. We are here at my favorite store in the motherfucking world. Look around here, you probably guess what it is. Yes, that's right. The Bass Outlet Store. If I could sleep here, I would. See that, America? They say black people don't like hunting and fishing. That's just what they say. They want you to believe that shit. Follow me this way. Hello, how are you?
I am good. Boy, the Niners are not doing well this year, are they?
You gotta represent your team anyway, right? You do.
I'm from Sac.
Oh, how you know?
Yeah, I do know.
Kings fan, huh?
Watch the Niners when they go work out over in Rockland.
What are you doing in Texas?
I got married, had kids. His parents live down here, and if you're from that area, you know that buying a house is nearly impossible. More than double cheaper here. So yeah, we.
That's why I'm here.
An hour later.
I like this lady. Hey, Celeste, thank you so much. You might be on our channel. We're starting a YouTube channel, so you might see yourself. Watch out for Huntin Ass Ryan.
Bye, guys.
Have a great day. That lady's awesome. Okay, so are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do you hear the horns and the bells of Jesus himself in here? Or is it just me? If you look around, all this stuff, one day it's gonna be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine. We used to have boats here, but I don't know what the hell they did with them.
Oh, the Christmas time.
So yeah, they have big ass bass boats. They could be slobbing over the bass boats and shit. But you know, I need to say something. Today we're gonna have a video on fishing and how to catch fish and certain things and certain information. I got a confession to make, y'all. Got a lot of knowledge catching fish and stuff, but because I don't get to go fishing that often, I don't catch much fish. That's my confession for today. But I realize it's not because I'm not a good fisherman, probably like a lot of you out there. It's probably because I don't go enough. If I raise my percentage and go more fish chances.
You're okay. You're okay.
Everybody wants to get started. Like I was saying, the more opportunities you get a chance to go fishing, go. You never know when you get a chance to catch fish. Fish don't really know when they're hungry. I mean, they do know when they're hungry, but you have to catch them when they're hungry. And to do that, you have to go more often. That's my problem. I don't go that much. But we're gonna change this with this Huntin Ass Ryan channel. So I believe as we go on, we'll be catching so much more fish, and we're gonna put it on camera too. So okay, we're here. Top water baits is what we're going to be talking about today. The first one we can talk about is the buzz baits. This right here is the buzz bait. You throw this, top water, this little skirt right here. Tell you the truth, to me, I don't know what it's supposed to represent, but it's supposed to imitate some kind of shad, but this don't look like no damn shad. But for some reason, it works. This little buzz right here, while you're winding along the top of the water, it throws a lot of water, creates a lot of disturbance in the water. So it actually calls the fish up if they're hungry from a multitude of depths. So if they're down in like 10 or so, 15 feet, and they really can't see this bait, guess what? They can hear this motherfucker though. So a lot of the bass, because they're hunters, like mine, they come up because they're curious to see what's making all this noise. Then when they get up there, they see this little trailer. Now it's visual, not so much audio, it's visual, so they can decide if they want to attack it or not. So that's kind of what we're doing today, is checking out different buzz baits, and I want to talk about the different adjustments that you can have for this. You can take this skirt off and put pretty much any other swim bait, worm, frog, a fluke, whatever you want to put on here to imitate whatever the bass are chasing that day. We're going to show you those other adjustments that you can make right now. So, buzz baits for right now, and the adjustment parts. Here are some of the trailers that you can use for a buzz bait. You seen the skirt on the buzz bait? You can take that off and replace it. Something like this. This imitates a little small fish that are in lakes. I wouldn't use this particular color, but I would use this particular size. Let's see here. This fluke is a baby bass fluke. It imitates a bass. There's always little bass running around in lakes and stuff. This is a good one that I like to use when I'm using a drop shot presentation. Mainly finesse. Finesse versus power. We're talking about finesse now. Top water is a finesse way of fishing for them. Fluke is one. Another one is a swim baits. These are swim baits. I don't know if you can tell the difference. They got a little paddle tail. Hold on, let's get in there. On the back of there. This is another bait that you can replace with the skirt from the buzz bait. Fluke. You know, they got a lot of other baits here that you can use, but I've never seen this one before, but it looks interesting. This looks like some kind of fluke with like a swim bait action to it. You see the little cuts and slits in the tail? Mm-hmm. That means when you put this on here, it's gonna have this action on there, more so than the other ones. The other ones have the tip of it. It's just a fluke to be moving. But this one, the whole body is gonna gyrate and imitate a real shad swimming. It's probably a good bait to use. All right, now we're gonna go back to the frogs. I'm gonna show you the frogs that you can put on this buzz bait. And then I'll pretty much cover the buzz bait topic for today. So let's go right back this way. Oh, by the way, y'all like my shirt? Check it out. They got little sharks and shit on it. I'm serious. That's what this means. I'm serious. Oh, here we go. Here we go. See this motherfucker right here? I would eat this. I'm not even talking about if I was bass. If I was swimming in the lake and this came along, no, I'm just playing. But that's another thing. Y'all don't get too caught up in what you think is a good lure. There's an old man told me one time that the people who make these lures aren't just fishing for fish. They're fishing for you too. Sometimes this shit don't work. It just looks good to you and you think it's gonna work. You have to know your surroundings, know what the fish are biting on, and pay attention to that shit. Not just what you like, because it ain't what you eat. So pay attention to the fish and what they want to eat. Alright, that pretty much wraps it up for the buzz bait. Let's talk about... Damn it, my mind went blank.
Many minutes later.
The Whopper plot. Man, this is like the buzz bait, but 2020. You know, it's updated. It's a different kind of bait, but it does the same thing. Has a better effect than the buzzbait. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. Look down here. Take a picture of this.
What's that?
Hey y'all, you see this section from here down to here? This is the whopper plopper section. You see how empty it is right here? That's because these motherfuckers work. They all the good ones are gone. Oh, and they have something here that I've never seen before. Looks like whopper plopper frogs. So it does the same thing as the whopper plopper fish imitation, but this is a whopper plopper frog imitation. I think I'm gonna get one of these when I get rich. You see this bait, y'all? In my mind, that wouldn't catch a fish. It's too big. When I be watching these other YouTube videos of people explaining the whopper plopper, they say this is the perfect size. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about because I haven't caught so many fish yet, but I hope to change all that, man. One of these days I'm gonna be using this mug. Stretching my line. God damn it, y'all don't even understand. No, this I love this shit. I don't even know if this shit'll work, but remember I was talking about catching fishermen instead of fish? Mm-hmm. These, it seemed like this shit would work. I got one of these, but I ain't never caught shit on it. But it just looks like it'll work. It's like a little creature bait. You see these little arms and dangly attachments on the side? When it's swimming through the water and wiggling and stuff, man, it looks so attractive. Maybe that's because I haven't gone. I'm gonna keep stressing that until this video is over. But as we go further in our future, all this is gonna change. I know it because I'm gonna go fishing a lot more. And when you do that, your percentage goes up. You just can't help it because you're going more. Yeah, so I was gonna talk more about the whopper ploppers, but they don't really have the ones I want to talk about. So now we're gonna switch gears real quick. We're gonna talk about weights, different uses for them, tie-ons, and all the things of that sort. We're gonna start out bass fishing weights. These are usually the bullet head weights that go on to a worm. It's called the Texas rig. You tie your hook onto your line. Well, let me stop right there. I'm sorry. You put your bullet weight on first. Slide it up the line. Then tie your hook onto your line. After that, you can put whatever bait you want on there. Soft plastic, swim bait, worm, whatever you want. That's called a Texas rig. And in order to use the Texas rig, you have to have the bullet weights on there. Lots of different kinds. These are the fancy ones. They're all gold and shit. Nobody uses those. For some reason, y'all, my favorite store in the world is slacking on their pimping. They ain't got shit here today. I'm looking for bullet weights and it's just rough around this camp. You see any? Oh. Here's some little ones right here. There we go. See these? These are tungsten weights, I think, and they're very expensive. Can't read that. Yep. They don't. These aren't the normal bullet weights. These For some reason, they got an extra something to them. Je ne sais quoi, what people say. Oh, here we go. Here's some regular ones. Nope, these ain't regular either. But they look like these. Slide this on your line first, tie your hook on, then whatever plastic lure you want to use. Bass fishing weights. Now, the other kind of weights are for a Carolina rig. Same thing, different kind of weights. These are egg weights. You slide these onto your line first. Once again, instead of tying your hook right to the line after that, you tie a bead and then a swivel. The bead is so that the weight, when it's sliding up and down, does not come down and crush the knot. If that happens without a bead on there, the weight will cut and damage the knot that you have tied on to the swivel. Pop, come off, you lost your fish, you lost half your gear, and you're cussing and shit. So there's the setup for that. After you put the swivel on the other end of the swivel goes a leader, however long you want to put on there. And on the end of that leader, you tie your hook and whatever lure you want to use for that day. That's called a Carolina rig. Sinkers, that's what those are, sliding sinkers. Bam. If y'all don't know nothing, this is the shit right here. 3 blades come to a point, like 3 razor blades come to a point. Broadheads, these are fixed broadheads. Favorite broadheads to shoot. I don't know why, I just like it. They got a couple different kinds. They got fixed with 3 blades. They got the fixed with 2 blades. I think they even got the fixed with 4, but nobody hardly ever uses that one. It's just too bulky. You want the broadheads to be able to slip between ribs easily. So I'm gonna show you all the fixed broadheads first. I showed you the 3. Now we're gonna go to the broadhead, the fixed broadhead with just 2 sides to it. Let's see, this. The ones with 2 sides to it is the ones I actually prefer. When you think about rib cages on an animal, to me, 2 sides makes more sense, more so than 3. You have 2 ribs right here, right? If you have a fixed blade with just 2 sides on it, and it's going through there, even if it's like this, as it's turning, it'll slip through those ribs easier without hitting the rib, the bones, or anything like that. But if you have a broadhead that has 3, if it's at a certain, it'll still go through, mind you, and it'll do the job, but I don't want to take no chances of anything hitting bone and not killing the animal. But 3 sometimes might get stuck. I don't know. I never heard anybody saying that, but that's kind of what I think in my mind. So, damn, y'all, they ain't got much here either. Well, I don't see the 2-sided broadhead, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to explain the mechanicals now. Just as with the fixed broadheads, mechanical have 2 blades to them. They have 3 blades to them. Some of them even have 4. Nobody hardly ever uses the 4 blades, but I'll start with the 2. These are mechanicals. This is how they look when they're closed. Like this. When you get ready to, when they hit an animal, these blades open up like that after they hit the animal. So these blades cause more damage, which in turn help you to recover the animal better instead of you just wounding the animal. Wider cut. the 3-blade. I don't know if you can see that, but this is how it looks when it's closed. When it hits the animal, they open up like that. There's one blade there, and there's another one on the other side. These are pretty good too. Lots of damage. Once again, I don't see the 4 blades. But that's basically it with broadheads, you guys. Oh, practice points are not like this. They're just, just like sharp points to a stick. You can screw off the practice points, and then you can screw these broadheads on. All of them fit the same on arrows. You don't have to worry about size when you're screwing on to your arrow shaft. They're all the same diameter. But yeah, y'all, it's the sharper I believe a broadhead is, and the thinner it is, and the wider it is, makes for good hunting. So with that being said, for the things that I like to shoot the fixed blades. I don't have any yet. But when I get things going and I start getting my bow tuned in the way that I want it tuned in, baby boy, that's what's gonna happen. Give me a higher grain arrow to be able to shoot my heavier broadhead. We'll get into that on another time because that is a lot more information than we have time for. So thank you for joining us. That's all I got for now.